Okay, I am back. Let me turn this air down. It got a little hot outside. That's why I am in the car. And I really want to turn this air up. But this was the next thing on my mind. As a follower of Christ that was originally introduced to Christianity through a structure of Baptist. I was a Baptist. It was a Baptist structure for Christianity. This light is on. It's gonna pop. I have a background with understanding Christianity through the Baptist view. I still believe in all those things. I just believe and know. I don't even say believe sometimes. Like I know different now. So it is the same, similar story, but just written in a different color of ink. That's the best way I can explain it. And I feel like this video is very important because someone may look at my videos and say she is, I don't know these new terms. I'm familiar with them, but we'll get into that. Woo-woo, I think, new age, spirituality, stuff like that. Somebody probably would put me in that category if they heard me with these videos, hearing what I talk about. The issue is the limited perspective and the ego that comes with being a denominational Christian. There is a slight ego there that is not recognized. It is looked over, and it is what makes people not want to be a Christian. I've seen comments, I've heard comments like, I don't want to be a Christian because look how y'all da-da-da-da. And it's not all of us. But this is exactly why some people have a problem with Christians. There's an ego that comes with it, and it is not their fault. Like you truly have to go back into the word and hear and feel when Christ says, forgive them, Father, because they do not know. Right? If God is you, if God is in you, and you are an image of God, then you're talking to yourself, but not yourself. Like, not this. You're talking to God and saying, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. They literally are not conscious of what they are doing. They have a limited perspective, and they do not have an open mind that they have a limited perspective. They don't realize that we are all wrong and right at the same time. I'm gonna say that again. We are all wrong and right at the same time. And when I said that to myself for the first time, I said, that makes you so neutral. It just makes you neutral, and you're not judging, and you're not, it's an even playing field. We're not weighing the scale anymore. That's for God. That's for the Creator to do. Not us, not God as us, playing us to do. It is for the Creator to do, the all-knowing, the all-power, the powerful, the one God. And I think that's one of the issues. I think also someone might put me in a category of a new age spirituality, because I know that I am, And it kind of makes me tear up because it's like I didn't notice this whole time. Like this whole time I was separating myself from God. And I'm going to insert some scriptures and then add another video of how I know this. And it's not me knowing it. It is knowing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not me knowing it. I am just talking to you. It is the true me knowing, which is the Holy Spirit. I was just telling my mom, she doesn't like me saying that I am God or God is me. So I instead of saying I am God, I say that God is me. And it still doesn't sit right with her, and that's fine. With my daughter, I have to sit her down a better way because she's 7, and from 1 to 6, she has she already has a offensive offense passes through her. She doesn't have it. Offense passes through her because of things that I unconsciously didn't know I was doing, or didn't know she was around my mom being easily offended and seeing that and thinking that. I had to move locations. I was in the car and my phone got hot. So with my daughter, she is 7 and she knows who she is, but she's a baby in all this, like literally. I think it was a wasp. But I could be telling myself this story, but I believe that people would put me in the category of woo woo. I think that's what it's called. And new age spirituality, just because I think of being a follower of Christ, and I know that God is in me, lives in me, and works through me, as me, whatever. It doesn't fit right. It doesn't fit well with what was taught widespread, you know. And that's okay. So I would be in that category. But for those that are watching that originally grew up in the church and they are a part of whatever denomination, there's so many, don't know that you're not alone. I think it's important for people that are still in that religious state of mind, they feel more comfortable there, to see this video too, because that'll help open up some curiosity. I'm not saying that you need to change to the way that I think and the way I perceive things and the way God has revealed things to me. I think it's just important for us to stay curious. Like, there's a lot of division. When you think of denominations, there's a lot of division. There is a lot of, I am a Christian, but I believe this different, da da da. So I cannot hang out with you, and I cannot be with you, and I cannot. I'm not gonna say love you, but I can. It's some type of ill feelings. I'm saying ill for lack of better words. The English language is not my first language. So there's some type of ill feeling, like I said, lack of better words. And there's not enough curiosity. There's not enough, oh, I see your point. I still believe how I believe. And that is interesting that you believe it that way. I think we need a little bit more of that, because if we have to realize we have a limited perspective. I can only see what I can see. Y'all can see behind me. I can only see behind me because I'm looking in the camera at the screen, but you guys can see a whole different angle of me and behind me than I can see. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, that is one of the many ways God is omnipresent. He is experiencing life through us, right? Our true being is not this, is not this, this is what we are playing, and I love it. That helps me to go through life a little bit more grateful. And it has helped me to not want, like, if I know who I am, I don't really want. Okay? And that is what I see a lot of Christians that I have known kind of, whether they want healing, they want more money to pay their bills, they want to be able to live a better life, they want, but they don't have. And you can only have what you already have, and the only way you can know that you have it is if you know who you are, right? If you know that you are not separate. Because if God is omnipresent, he is not separate from me. This is not my ego talking. This is God confirming. He calls himself I am. He is omnipresent. Omni means all things. So he is all things present. That he is all things present. We keep putting God in this box. And then when people are not putting him in a box, they're shunned. They're looked down upon, and so on and so on. And y'all, I'm not my facial expressions are these are just my facial expressions. They will get better. They just have been my facial expressions for 30 years. But I don't feel no ill way. Like, I don't feel any type of way. It's all an experience. It's all experience. And I go back to experience because I was in Target, and I was going in there to return some stuff and get some money back. And I saw this sign. I don't remember the sign. Okay, there's somebody mowing the grass. I hope y'all can hear me. There was a sign, and it was like glowing. One of those lights that's a sign. And I'm looking at it, and I was like, oh, it's just so beautiful. The lady finishes doing what she was doing for me. And no, matter of fact, before she finishes, I'm still looking at the sign, and I'm like, I went into this childlike trance. It was so amazing, and it was let me finish the story, y'all. I get easily distracted. I'm looking at the light, and I'm thinking, oh, that light is really cool. Keep in mind, I have probably seen a light like this before. I'm looking at the light. I'm like, this is cool. It's so pretty. I wonder who made it. Then I said, I wonder how, like, they even came up with the design. Like, that is, like, cool. And I'm thinking about the wiring, and I'm thinking about all the things that went into it. And I'm just smiling. I walk off, and I'm seeing people, and I'm actually seeing them for who they are. I'm remembering that they are God. And if I love God, then I love them. Right? That's how you love everyone. Because you remember that you're supposed to love God first with all your heart. It's literally the solution. It's literally the solution. Love God with all your heart. Know that God is everything and everyone. And now you want to love everyone. Like, with your whole heart. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I have processed these things, but when I say it again and I say it different, it's like light bulb. Hopefully this helps someone. If you love God, you love everyone. If you know who you are and you know who everyone else is. I know myself as God, and I know everyone else as God too. It's not me being an ego saying I'm the only one. I'm the only one. No, that man over there mowing the grass, I see the God in him. I see the God in him, and I saw the God in everybody that was walking by in the store. And I saw this lady, and I was looking at her, and I saw her body, obviously, but I was just like, oh, this is like, oh, I just wonder who she is. Like, I wonder, like, I know who she is, but like, I wonder who her character is. Like, who was God playing in her, right? And then I just was grateful to experience her. I was experiencing everybody, but it was almost like I felt something completely different. I felt God experiencing his creation through my lens. Like I'm his, like I was his projector. Like he knew he created all those people and those things, or those people that created those things, and he was in awe. He was in awe of like what he had created. He was just like this is, that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. But I think, like I said, going back, I truly believe there is a misunderstanding going on when somebody, if I could speak for somebody that been put in that category of woo woo and something something something, new age spirituality. If I had to speak for anyone like that, I can only speak for the ones that don't use like anything outside of themselves. Like I don't use any crystals. I don't use any cards. I don't use like stars and planets and stuff. I admire them and stuff, but I think I'm not looking for answers. I have had a reading done before, but that's about it. I haven't done anything myself. I think the attachment to those things and thinking that they are the answer is the main concern. But that's for God to, that's their experience. They have to experience that. If I had to speak for the ones that don't do those things, there is truly a misunderstanding of what we know versus what somebody else knows that's still in like a traditional religion of Christianity. I cannot believe I'm making these videos. Like, this is a big step for me. This is a huge step for me. But I think my perspective is important. I think everybody's perspective is important. I love listening to other people. I like listening to other people talk about other religions too, especially if it resonates with me. Yeah, but this is a big step for me. I just randomly thought about it. But if I had to speak for that group, like that group, we just know, God different. He's the same God. He's always going to be the same God. It's one God, right? It's one God. I don't believe in any other gods. Like, there's one God. We just know him different. Just like the people in the Old Testament know God different than the people that are in the New Testament. My daughter knows me different than somebody else knows me. She even knows me different. I have to reintroduce myself to her recently. I originally, sometimes, I'm gonna say, it's only been a consistent few days, a week or so, that I have really controlled my emotions you know, being a single mom, sometimes I am masculine and feminine. Like I'm, you know, and I'm learning how to balance that and just know that this is all an experience. But sometimes I am, she is experiencing what people experience God as in the New Testament. You know, God was in the New Testament, God was rah rah. He was on it. He was rules, regulations, you know, and if you don't get the right lamb and sacrifice him right, I'll yeah, we done. Right? And then when you hear of the Father in the New Testament, he's softer, he's more loving, he sacrificed himself, you know. And so the Bible, I truly believe that the Bible is a story about us, about God being us, and how we we have separated ourselves. But that's a whole nother story. That is a whole nother story. I'll do a video on how I view the separation, the fall of mankind, the separation of mankind from God. I'm going to give my perspective on it. It's really good, in my opinion. Um, but until then, I will see y'all later. I still don't know the name of this channel. I'm sure you'll see one after I'm done making this video. But yeah.